Hello and welcome to Happy Foot Sad Foot, your live post-game call-in show. I'm Darren Miller,
I'm Vince LaRosa.
and we're here live. We started off Leagues Cup on the right foot, I'd say. A big 3-0 win. It was real sloppy. It was a real mess of a match, but we outplayed them, and it was fun to watch.
Probably should have scored 6 goals total.
Yeah.
Look, it was not the beautiful game by any stretch. They did create more chances though. I think the ultimate takeaway from this is like, look, they created chances, they won the game. That's what's the most important. I think in the grand scheme of things, and I don't think they will, but in the grand scheme of things, you can't play against a team that is bad, that is at least equal to you as talent the way they played tonight. Like LAFC just basically bossed them with top end talent, right? So if you're gonna play a match like this against a better team, you're gonna lose. But the hope is that you wouldn't. And obviously, look, they put out a lineup where it kind of looked like the plan was, let's see if the 3 attackers we have can just run faster than their defenders. And for the large part, it worked. Like it was only 1-0 for a lot of that first half, but like honestly, they should have scored more. You brought up Darren while we were kind of chatting back and forth through the game. Like Cholo's goalkeeper, pretty good. Like, and we're saying that about saying that about a guy that got multiple goals scored on him, but had some really big saves. Like you said, I mean, honestly, other than the goal scores for LAFC, best player on the pitch.
Honestly, I mean, we had a ton of chances, and there have been past matches where we have a ton of chances, and it's like really frustrating that we're not capitalizing and finishing. And maybe it wasn't as frustrating just because we were up 3-0. But
yeah,
I wasn't that mad at the one. Like it was kind of like the ones that didn't land were like, okay, good save, or like barely offsides, or like off the post. I don't know. You can't be too mad at it the way they were playing. And I don't know. They play a better team. Maybe they play the same way and just get some of those chances to fall, and it's still fine. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, it's strange to say that in this victory, there's really nowhere to go but up from here. Because they could finish better, they could play ultimately better, they could control the game better, and by that we mean with the ball. I mean, definitely they controlled the game. A little bit scatterbrained, but they controlled it defensively. I mean, Cholos had 1 shot on goal for most of the first half. So even though they had, upwards of 70% of possession, weren't doing much with it. So like I said, ultimately, really, I know that the team can perform even better than this, and yet they still won this game going away easily.
Yeah, there's definitely something to be said for the fact that Tijuana couldn't seem to convert. Like our defense deserves some credit. We definitely stopped. I mean, the sheets are straight out of the laundry. They're nice and clean. That wasn't just Lloris. He didn't have a ton of work to do. So we got to take some credit for that. But like, there were a lot of times where Tijuana had it near the box or in the box, and it's like, oh, I'm not sure why they're not doing anything with this. They kind of just blew it there. So we'll take that. Yeah.
Aaron Long, very good. Aaron Long, very good in the game. I mean, most of the defense. I thought Murray had started out shaky because it looked like he really wanted to jump the play. Because again, the game plan clearly was like, let's get out in transition. And it looked like Murray was like itching to really win that ball and get it forward. But he settled in nicely and played well. And then that back 3 eventually really looked good. And they defended the box well.
We haven't talked about it because I feel like I'm afraid to jinx it. But as the season has gone on, Aaron Long has quietly been playing very well, very consistently. I don't know. Well, I'll just keep watching it. But yeah, he's been good. I don't know. But Travis, joining
where'd you get a lollipop?
They were just giving them out up here. I got 2.
Is that the Adidas Archive Collection lollipop?
I have a yellow one too. I got yellow and orange. Everyone's always they like the reds,
Yeah.
And it benefits me. I like the yellows and the oranges. So if you ever have yellow and orange Starbursts, come my way. We won 3-0. Have we talked about that yet?
No, we've just
No.
been talking about like imagining lollipops and trying to will them into existence and
We
manifest them.
were actually worried that you were being chased by a steroided out mascot. But we're glad you're alive.
Mascot's terrifying.
I want you to know
Oh my
that if
god!
I make this hand sign, he's right over there, and I need you to call the police.
Got
Okay?
it.
I am terrified of that mascot.
I'll be too paralyzed to call the police just knowing he's in the room.
I'm gonna
Jeez.
wake up in the middle of the night and he's gonna be at the foot of my bed and I'm gonna blink and he's gonna disappear.
And he's just cheering for his team. He's not even doing anything to threaten you. He's just like, yeah, and you're like, no.
That's threatening. That's threatening.
You could have told me that was an Egyptian god, and I would have been like, yeah, probably.
of
And you
course,
should be
yeah.
terrified of him. He's probably going to rip your heart out.
Buff Dog is a great mascot.
Yeah. I don't know how they're just sitting on that. Nobody in America's been doing that. What's going on?
If his name is not Buff,
I feel like maybe
Then
a
they're doing
college
something
basketball
wrong.
team has
Buff
that covered,
Barkwell.
right?
Buff Barkwell.
What'd you say, Darren? I was
feel like-
coming up with Buff Barkwell while you were talking.
Sorry, I don't know. I'm sorry that I talked over that. That gem. I feel like a college basketball team has to have that covered, right? A buff dog mascot. Maybe
I
the
sure
Huskies
hope
or
so.
something. Yeah. Okay. We'll go on faith on that one.
I want to know
Hector
that-
Gonzalez says, "Did you guys see Cholos brought their mascot?" Yes.
Hmm?
To sum that up.
Unfortunately, yes, we did.
Travis, vibes in the stadium. What's the vibes report? What's going on? How was it? Let's talk that through, and then we've got a bunch of callers that we can get to.
Second half was great. The vibes were great. I mean, it was a much more comfortable second half, I think, than first half. First half, we ceded possession, a lot of it, mostly because we didn't have Bogusz and Tillman, but the injury took a lot of the air out of the building in a way that was, I don't know. I felt it. It just it was such a horrific thing to see live, that you could see the players were shaken up. Fans I didn't see a move the whole time I was watching them, so it's from a person in the stands perspective, you're like, did I just watch a man die? I'm not sure. So hopefully he's okay. The video didn't make it seem like too bad, but I guess his head hit the ground. Is that what happened?
It
Yeah,
seems like maybe he was out on the contact, and then he kind of just went a heap into the ground.
If
It
you
looked
remember,
bad. I don't know.
yeah, if you remember the Walker injury from the final game of the season, I think in 2019, where he was basically out before he hit the ground, and so the concussion was really bad, and then the fact that you cannot brace yourself at all falling on the pitch, and if you've ever walked on the LAFC pitch, it's pretty hard. Like they keep the grass short, they keep the turf kind of hard because that they like that style of play. They want the ball to move quickly, so landing on that is not very forgiving at all.
Yeah, the injury happened pretty close to where I sit, and he was out on the ground. You could see him not moving before even they blew the whistle. So it was a rough thing to see. The vibes after that, and Bouanga, when he went down, from my perspective, I thought he was out for the season. He called for a sub immediately, and now I know that that's theater with an RE.
Bouanga, he's pretty good. He's pretty good performances, I'd say. Palencia is very bad at it. I would say the ratio of tries frequently and is bad at acting is not good with Palencia. I think Bouanga has a good balance there.
And it wasn't acting how much Oliveira was getting the shit kicked out of him, right? I know that he was beating their defenders, but he was getting knocked over a lot, it felt like.
Yeah.
It feels to me like Oliveira actively seeks out getting the shit kicked out of him and then genuinely gets the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
And he finds it and gets it.
He played great. He was probably the best player on the field for most of the game.
He was great. But just back to that injury real quick. I mean, suffice to say, we all hope he's okay. You keep, especially when you're watching on the broadcast, you keep looking for signs. You hope they show him on camera and everything's he shows movement, and that's a good sign. That didn't happen. You hope they come up with some kind of update from the locker room and everything's maybe okay. That didn't happen. There hasn't been an update since post game. The way that he fell after the contact, everything is could be a good sign. Instead, it's a bad sign.
Did they show him being driven off?
Yeah, but not close.
Yeah, from a wide shot.
Yeah, you couldn't really see him.
The semiotics are bad.
There were two doctors above him talking to him, so he was awake.
Okay, there you go. Okay, there's something.
They were talking to him, but I did notice the thing that scared me, and this is full conjecture, not a doctor, but she was talking to him and then touched his legs in a weird place. And I was like, oh, I hope he can feel his legs. If he it looked like they were worried about his neck from where I was sitting.
Sure.
Maybe
I don't know anything. That's just me being drunk in the stands.
Okay. Well, we hope he's okay.
Talk about something so serious and then pop a lollipop in your mouth.
Anyway.
What else are we talking about? That scary mascot?
Well, I have to say, you said you're not a doctor, but my pediatrician definitely just popped the lollipop in right after he was done giving me my diagnosis, and he was he was my doctor until 18.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I had a pediatrician until 18, and she would tell me I was fat every single time I went to see her, and it didn't cause any issues with my self-esteem.
Great.
Yep. Not any that you would bring it up in the middle of a random post game.
Hey, you guys got,
I should forget that by now, right?
Any happy foots, sad foots, fat foots?
Fat foots. Oh God.
Fat foots.
I didn't say that.
Oh, the red coach headbutting, happy foot for sure.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I mean,
really crossed the line there.
Probably a bad idea. He's gonna be in big trouble.
Yeah, he's gonna be fined, right?
Yeah, I think that he's going to get a big fine, and you know what? If he dreamed of visiting Vancouver, gonna miss out on that.
I was going to say he has a red, so he has to miss it anyways, right?
He has to miss it anyways, but it's just like absolutely, there's no chance. I mean, even if they move on, which I doubt they will, yeah, there's no chance he coaches anymore in this tournament.
Damn. Yeah, it was not a good look because he before he got in the one guy's face, there was another female line judge who he first went to her and was just screaming in her ear, which is not a good look, especially on camera.
It seemed like
he then just heightened it.
Her and then pivoted to the man, right? Like the energy was, I'm going to hit a ref. Realize, and then move to the man.
Yeah, and he's like, actually, I'm going to shove my face in your face.
I just want for people listening to this after the fact, Lindsay Moss commented, they mentioned after the game that the players alert and able to move everything but staying overnight for observation.
Oh, great.
So great sign.
Lindsay Moss. Whew. Well, that's a relief. Now let's just party. Everything's fine.
Yeah, the stadium, it was a weird first half. Second half was like people stopped paying attention after the third goal. It just was. My wife left in the 65th minute. She came and she was like, I'm going to get out of here. She's real. She goes to another school.
Yeah, you met her at summer camp, right?
I hope she looked at you and said, you've got this under control, right? I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah. It was a night of early subs. This doesn't usually happen. Okay, we got some callers. Let's go to some callers. Daniel, you're on the show. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Any happy?
Hola, guys. I just want to get this off my chest. As a man that loves walkable cities, Travis, I'm glad you're back. You, sir, are an inspiration to my life. I hope to follow your example every single day. And Vince, as two fellow Long Beach residents, I'm in Lakewood. I'm open to hang out sometime. I volunteer at SPCA Long Beach at the dog shelter. If you ever need a dog, I'm here. You can hang out with me.
Oh man!
But
I got my cats from there.
Vince just got asked out on a date on the live stream.
But first things first, happy foot. Yes, it's cool that we got the win. Man, this team for a team I call a prototype, like we are like offensively efficient. It was crazy how good Denny Bwanga and I Kike Oliveira keeps proving me wrong. So there's that, and also Giroud, he's officially part of the club. Yes, reinforcements are here, and with that,
play.
Yes, I still think that shirt is a Burger King ad, but that's a different conversation.
You're wrong, Daniel.
Okay.
I don't think it's a bad thing. That's a good vibe. That's a good vibe from Burger King.
And even happier foot, this might jinx it, but there's some rumblings on the Mr. Griezmann part, so it could very much happen. It's rumbling up. It may not stop anytime soon.
Vince, what do you know?
I told you I know nothing.
This is funny. Daniel,
everything you can talk about on Twitter. Everything I could talk about on Twitter. So go check out my Twitter.
I feel like Daniel, you've had some reason or another to bring up Griezmann many of the times that you've called in, and now you really have some ammo. So
Yes.
I'm glad you brought
It's
it up.
it's beginning to heat up, guys. There's a rumor that his family's in serious thought, in serious thought. They're thinking about it. I believe it. But other
What
than
do
that,
you know,
great win.
Daniel? Why are we asking Vince? You've been talking about this for a long time.
I'm not
Yeah,
part
what
of
do
the
you
deep.
know?
I'm not part of the deep state, so I don't really know anything. So
I am.
okay. But other than that, it's a good win. Danny Buonga was at his best tonight. Kike Oliveira was, solid as always. But I just need to get to a couple sad puts. As a
Please.
person who literally saw Crapo get injured like that in the North End at MLS Cup final, it's always bad to see a player get injured like that and have to be stretchered out. It's always scary. It's always frightening. This is college football, but I literally saw a quarterback get his season ended because he tore his ACL. So it's never a good sight. But I have to say one thing: the the coach headbutting the ref, unfucking acceptable. Soccer, in comparison to other sports, I'm an NFL fan. I'm an ex-NBA fan. Soccer is weird in that players and coaches love to do this weird habit. It's a very aggressive habit where they swarm the referee. That's just not cool and very unsportsmanlike. I can't believe I'm saying that because I'm not the most sportsmanlike person, but you just don't rush the referee. It's you don't.
Sportsmanlike to me. You seem quite sportsmanly to me.
Oh, okay, whatever. But in the NFL, in the sport where they're literally beating the shit out of each other, you never see that. They always respect the refs, and it's just weird to me out, man. It's why do soccer players feel entitled to rush the ref? It's again, it's unacceptable, and that man should face severe consequences. And I mean that very seriously because that's not good. That's not good. That's not a good look for the game. It makes the game look pathetic, and the coach very much deserved that red tonight. And I'm glad he's suspended. I'm glad he's suspended because he deserves it.
For sure.
Are you saying we shrunk the game tonight? Is it possible we shrunk the game tonight? I hope not.
I was just thinking I wonder if it's because he's in another country. Because as someone who just came from another country, do you guys know I went to Europe?
Oh wow!
Yes.
Travis just studied abroad in Europe.
Yeah,
and he
you
wants
wear
to tell us all
your
about
scarf
it.
like that now too. Yeah.
While I was smoking cigarettes in a cafe.
Real quick,
Yeah.
Travis, it's a little hard to understand you because of your
unfiltered
accent.
cigarettes, right?
Yeah, but when you're in another country, you're not necessarily yourself. And maybe he felt unburdened by crossing the border. He was here. He wanted to. It feels different when you're in another place,
But that doesn't excuse it. That doesn't excuse it. It's a behavior I've seen it.
A dumb joke. I think you're 100%.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
I think he'll probably. I mean, I imagine he'll face the stiff fine. Might get suspension for longer than the League's Cup. I don't know who's the authority of this. CONCACAF?
No, it has to be MLS and Liga MX because this is not affiliated with CONCACAF, I believe. This is strictly an MLS Liga MX partnership type of thing.
Maybe Apple will take away his cell phone.
Yeah.
He's gonna lose his season pass membership for sure. I will say though, I gotta say, I thought he had pretty good style.
Yeah, he was cool.
Nice, kind of luxury leisure thing going on. I think,
I mean,
a lot of MLS coaches with that kind of style.
This is not necessarily out of character for Juan Carlos Osorio. If you don't know the coach, just search his name. He's pretty wild. He's pretty out there. He's an interesting character. He actually has been in the United States quite a bit. Travis has coached out here, so he should know better. But sadly, it's not out of character. A lot of people, you can even go online and just see the people clowning him because they're kind of like, oh, it's just a normal day in Juan Carlos Osorio land. So he's a little bit weird.
Cool reputation to have.
Yeah.
People like that shouldn't be coaching.
Cool. That's cool.
They should not be managing in the first place. It's unprofessional.
Any other happy feet or sad feet, Daniel?
Travis, I feel like you're kicking me off already, but oh well.
I'm not kicking you off. I just don't want to talk about the ref anymore.
Oh, okay. It's a good game, cool game tonight. And top it off, I'm since I'm a elitist person, I'm gonna literally drive all the way to Hollywood to see Deadpool tomorrow. So it's looking like a good weekend.
Hell yeah.
This show is
Chimichanga, my
brought to you
friend.
by Deadpool, now in theaters. Go see
At the
it.
Chinese theater, guys.
Thank you
The
so much to
Chinese
Deadpool
theater.
for sponsoring
It's a
this
good spot
stream.
to see premieres, that's for sure.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for joining us
That's
as
Daniel.
always.
We've
We've
never
got more
kicked it
callers
off.
to get to, but we will see you again soon. Jeff
Oh,
Talk.
glad we
heel
kicked
of
him
the
out.
foot.
Huh? I'm kidding, Daniel.
Daniel
I
is
know
always
you were
welcome
there.
here.
I wouldn't have made that joke if you.
Jeff Talk.
Bring
heel
him
of the
back
foot.
on. Hold on. Bring him back on. I need to.
Okay.
Daniel, I'm just joking. We weren't kicking.
You're an inspiration, sir, Travis.
All right. I'm always happy to make Jeff wait longer. So, Jeff,
Oh.
you're on the show now. Oh, from
No,
the
and he's on
subway.
the train.
I can tell this is
Talk
going to
on the
last at least 10
train, Howard.
seconds.
Later.
Talk on
Bring
the
me on
train,
last. Bring me
Howard.
on last.
Okay, goodbye, Jeff Talk. One of my favorite
What a
things to say.
fucking
LAFC Luke is coming on the show. Luke, you're on the air. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Look, I got a little hoarse because that last, what I thought was the fourth goal, I was screaming my head off because I thought Bouanga got a brace.
Beautiful
And
goal.
he didn't.
Nope. It was
And I think-
really close. I don't think
Yeah, I
did
was
they ever
gonna say-
show us the lines?
Yeah,
on
no, they
broadcast?
showed us a terrible angle.
So
And that's
so
it.
Luke, on broadcast they showed us the lines of the first goal to be like it was onside. They never showed us the lines of Bouanga's goal. So I think maybe they were like, we already called it off. We don't have time to draw the lines on that one.
That one felt like if they called it on the field, it would have stood.
Yeah.
It was just, they showed
Yeah,
showed
maybe.
one short replay on the big screens. And I was like, how the hell did he not go back and look at that at VAR? Like, that looked so close.
It was close. Is the lines a new thing? Are they like testing out new technology or something for Leagues Cup?
New for here, yeah. I mean, and it didn't. To be honest, judging by the lines that they drew, it didn't look like they have a good handle on it.
It was a little MS Painty for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were kind of just drawing lines. Like I could have done that. I don't know if that's new
My
technology.
sad foot would be everything that Murillo did for almost the entire game.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you didn't love when he carried the ball 40 yards, but then like kind of fell over a little bit.
I personally liked when he passed. Oh, we lost.
We
him.
lost him. Where'd he go? Bring him back. Luke, we
Murillo
lost him. You're back
practiced
now.
Oh my God. I said my sad foot would be basically everything Murillo did for the whole game.
We got that. We got
We
that.
heard that. We heard that, and then we said you didn't like when Murillo awkwardly passed back to the goalie with not enough power. The same
Oh
exact
my
thing he
God.
did to hurt Maxime Crepeau.
Murillo at this point is doing these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Like it's almost horseshoeing around to being endearing, but it's not quite there.
We don't have you on a great
Okay.
connection.
I apparently have no signal.
Yeah, we might
Yeah.
have to kick you off, but thanks for calling
But
in.
a
my friend.
solid happy and sad foot for sure.
All right,
An efficient showing. Thank you so much for joining us. LAFC Luke, as efficient as LAFC tonight. 30% possession, over 4 expected goals. Gets
Ryan
the win.
Olsen says that he has successfully boycotted the League's Cup by managing to learn the score of the match when Darren said it at the beginning of the postgame, and that he has personally saved the Open Cup. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you
Ryan.
so much to Ryan Olsen. Huge thank you for your sacrifice. Ryan Olsen has grown the game. As we at the Leagues Cup we've already established, we shrunk the game. But maybe it's evened out. It all comes out in the wash.
And as we could all see, the production value between the League's Cup and Open Cup, identical.
Same thing.
Exactly as good, both tournaments, no difference. They definitely put the same amount of money.
Can we just say it? Let's just say it out loud and be done with it. We don't have to like discuss it or anything, but like it's just very like the Leagues Cup is just a better, like it's a better broadcast. The gameplay is better, the crowd is better, the organization, like everything about it is better. Like the idea of it is not necessarily like you can say whatever you want that's great about US Open Cup, and that's fine. But
right, like
the Leagues Cup isn't a bad thing in a vacuum. It's good. This is a
capitalism
good
is bad, but flying first class is nice. You know?
Yes, both of those things can be true. Yes.
Fair.
Okay, LAX Andy, you're on the show. You were not at LAX. You were at the stadium.
That's right.
What do you got? Do you have anything to add to the vibes report?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that game was all vibes. after we went up, it just felt. I mean, obviously, aside from that unfortunate injury, it was great. The Tijuana fans, interestingly, they put the rowdy Solo fans up in 213.
It was
Right
interesting.
behind- right behind a bunch. We got a bunch of friends of the foot in that section. So that was cool. They were super loud, super. Kind of want to say chill. We didn't get anything thrown at us or anything. But yeah, no, just great vibes the whole game long. Fantastic time.
Great.
I didn't notice them up there until they released smoke later in the game, but it was I'm surprised they did that because people have season tickets up there. I know that's Hanover used to sit up there.
There was some don't dox him. There was some chatter in the
meet celebrity Adam Conover. Go to 213.
Travis ruins Adam might ruin everything, but Travis ruins Adam.
If you want to stab Adam Conover, I know where to find him. Why am I so far away?
I was about to ask you, could you get any farther from the microphone? You'll be literally outside.
Literally, the problem is I want the stadium in the background, but I don't want to stand. And so there's a chair here that I'm sitting on, but it's really uncomfortable on my thick butt.
Oh, just do what my kids do. Sit on the chair on your knees.
That's what I tried to do. I did it.
Oh, really?
LAFC, what else you got for us? What?
Yeah, this is going great.
I just think we haven't done a good enough. We haven't done enough of recognizing the Xolo is actually the dog from Coco.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys need a little bit more of a understanding for what those are. And shout out Daniel. Shout out Lakewood. That's where I'm going to be watching the Deadpool movie. You guys are going to the wrong theater.
Whoa. Okay, we've got ourselves a duel. We did not stage this for the sponsorship integration.
Yeah, Lakewood is getting way too much love on this podcast. We need to move along.
Vince, what's your home address?
It is 9. Oh, sorry.
Oh, we're all going through a tunnel. Any other happy foots or sad foots, Andy?
No, we already talked about the mascot. Wonderful jersey you got there, Travis.
Thank you so much.
I was excited to get my Giroux. I don't know.
Yep.
Got that sucker personalized today. But anyway, no security guard yelling at me to not park on public parking today. So that's another happy foot. That's all I got. Just a great game overall.
Beautiful.
Looking forward to advancing in this thing. And crazy about Osorio. I know Vince broke the news in the pre-show that it was basically a done deal that he was going to be our coach, right?
Allegedly.
It was a done deal, right? Yeah.
Done deal.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Love you, Andy.
Thank you, as
Andy brought up
always.
parking. I quickly want to say a pet peeve that I have about the parking.
Please.
So when you're pulling into the blue line, that main entrance that most people enter through, where like the two things come together, the cops funnel you in one way. And when you get off the highway, the police sometimes funnel you so that you have to be in the row next to where people are pulling in. And so you look like an asshole trying to get into the parking lot, but the police have this is a cab is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
A cab. But so if you see someone trying to get in, doesn't mean they're an asshole. The cops might have made them do it. So let them in if you see them.
Yeah. Good bumper
I think
sticker.
a big part of the LA traffic being bad in general is that for some reason it has a way of making a lot of people look like assholes.
Right.
Yeah. You're just like shoehorned into being an asshole in a lot of situations.
Not to mention that those cops are probably getting paid overtime to do that.
Mm-hmm. Which is a lot of our tax dollars, right?
Yeah.
Especially that helicopter that flies over the stadium back and forth for no reason every game. Seems
that's the Canadian national team just doing some research.
Oh, Darren.
Wow.
I thought you were a casual. Wow.
Oh, shit.
Maybe Jesse Marsh will get fired and we can have him.
Who? Oh, Jesse Marsh? I noticed they went to Herdman. It was like, let's not fuck with him.
There was I want to quickly tell a story, which is that when I walked in this room where we normally do this, where the technical staff of the other team usually films the game or talks to the coach, no one was in here. And every once in a while, people don't show up. And so I left my stuff here and I closed the door and I went to get a water in the press box, came back out. and there were maybe 8 people from Club Tijuana trying to get into the door, but it had locked behind me when I had closed it.
Oh no!
And so they were very angry with the people at LAFC. It was my fault. I
Wow.
told them this, but they came in and I took my stuff, but they didn't seem to trust that I made an honest mistake. I think they thought I was trying to fuck with them.
That is awesome.
Wow.
So
That's my that is now my happy.
That's
foot
a
for the
happy
day.
foot.
is
That's
that I might get stabbed in the parking lot by the train.
Yeah. That
All right.
Travis is an international soccer villain.
All right, Andrew Luna, you are joining us on the show now. Thank you for being here. Thank you for waiting.
Thanks for calling back, my
Love
friend.
the
You're stoked.
scarf. Looking fly. What's up?
Hell yeah.
Happy foot, sad foot. How's it going? Oh, you might be muted. We don't know.
I think you are muted.
We're not getting audio. We're getting vibes. We're getting good vibes. If you're watching
What's
and not
going on?
listening,
Where are you?
I'm at home.
I love these vibes.
I love this camera. The framing here is like
Yeah,
this
it's
is
epic.
some like really good indie. This is some Sundance shit right here. This is
Any
great.
happy feet or sad feet?
You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. First of all, thank you guys for having me. Been a fan since day one. I got the merch.
Love it.
Love it.
Beautiful.
It's high quality, right?
I
That's what you
only
want the
have
people to
one
know,
happy
high
foot.
quality.
Besides we won, none of our players got injured, which
sure.
is a big bonus. Sad foot, I wasn't at the game.
Yeah, it was a fun one to be at for sure. And there were a lot of Tijuana fans. Like they didn't all wear red, but they were scattered throughout.
Sorry, I'm a little delayed. I'm focusing on. I have you guys on the big screen.
That's so funny.
You guys on the little
Oh
screen.
no!
I was like, "What are
Hey,
you?"
man,
looking at?
it's up to you whether or not there's anything to see on the big screen. You're just gonna see nothing if
No, it's a delay. It's a delay. No, but let's chug one for the victory.
Yeah, go
And,
for it.
That's right.
Shout out to you guys. Happy foot, sad foot, and then my supporter group, real quick. Inland
What's
Element,
this? I love
Yeah.
it. Yes.
all day. Let's chug one.
Chug
Cheers
it.
to you guys.
That's a huge
I don't have
beer
much
to
left,
chug.
but that was kind of an inadvertent cop out for me. I didn't have a whole lot left.
Woo.
All right.
Cheers, my friend.
Love you guys.
Thanks
Love
for
you,
joining
guys.
us.
Love you, dude.
Come back anytime. He's great. That was some that was like a classic. That was cinema, I think. I'm pretty sure that was
strong.
cinema.
I would say start to finish, perfect call in.
Yeah.
Just like really started strong. It was bizarre enough that we were all like, it started with the angle where we were like, what?
It was
What's
bizarre,
the
but not too
second one?
bizarre. It was good.
Drew
It was
us
good.
in. Yeah, you're right. It was, and it had an arc that I really loved. Andrew, keep calling in.
You're doing
What
it.
a beautiful piece of art you just showed us.
I think the delay that he was mentioning because he was watching us was from him watching us. Because he
It
was
was.
watching us,
It
so
was
he wasn't
watching.
saying anything, so we were waiting, which is what caused the delay. That was fun.
Beautiful stuff.
All right.
Also,
Carlos.
do we have to, before we bring Carlos on, do we have to get Twitter blue if we want to live stream on Twitter still?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't fucking come on. Are you?
Yeah, they changed that recently, about a week ago. They were like,
Cool.
now you got to pay us. So we might have to do that. Don't hate
Yeah.
us.
Great. I'm so happy
that really brought things down. I feel exactly the way I felt when I watched someone maybe get paralyzed earlier. That's how this feels. All right, Carlos, welcome to the show.
We
Thank you
can
for
say it
joining
now
us.
because it's not out. It didn't
Hey,
happen.
how's it going, guys?
What's up, Carlos?
Carlos.
I brought Vince's jersey because I got called out last time.
Uh-oh.
Go to the scarf, he's not even there.
Oh, my God.
You're a piece of shit, Vince.
Vince,
Yeah,
what are you
that's-
doing?
Hey, turnabout's fair play. You didn't bring it the last few times, and I was there. And you
Doesn't
know,
sound
now I'm
very
not there. Now I'm not
diplomatic
there.
to me.
But yeah, happy foot. Hey, I thought it's gonna be closer, so seeing like a 3-0 win. Amazing. Sad foot, obviously not seeing Vince. So see, Vince, number 8.
Oh, I got the first name treatment like the cool guys.
Oh, man.
Put an accent on the E.
I don't even know how
Hey,
you would
I'm
say that.
Ian Vince.
Kind of hard to hear. So
Oh, sorry.
okay.
We love you, Carlos.
All right.
Later,
We love
Carlos.
you. Thank you.
Guys.
He's the best. Everyone's talking about the archive
the
kits.
second
It's
one.
all about the global diplomatic kits. Are those still
I
for
think they're
sale? Can
probably
people get
still
them?
available. Yeah.
Get a
They
global
also-
diplomatic jersey.
I bought that jersey from that guy from I wanted to say North Dakota, New Mexico, but I think they sold a bunch of them. So if you bought one of those New Mexico kits,
Oh,
thank
cool.
you.
Oh yeah, denim. I hope did they reach their goal?
I don't know. If not, we just gave a bunch of money to a kid.
That's fine.
Yeah, I guess that's okay. But you want him to go.
You want him to
you
go,
want him to
but
go.
I love Europe.
if the consolation is he gets a bunch of money,
Oh, God.
that he can't go, but he does have like more money. That's cool too.
Yeah, and you know what? And his chances of seeing Travis are much higher if he's in Europe.
That's
Smoking
true.
cigarettes.
I don't know if anybody's aware of this, but
Yeah.
Travis is in Europe all the time. I mean, he's really just a global guy.
A global guy. Just global guy.
Just like
Travis
global
is just
guy.
international, an international dude.
I don't want to be human LAFC crazy wall anymore. I want to be a global guy.
Just a global. Yeah, please, like put that as your Twitter bio. Just a global guy.
Some Galaxy fan pointed out on Twitter that the old Chivas USA mascot used to look like that man, and I looked it up, and he doesn't. He is a strong like goat thing,
Mhm.
but he doesn't have the hyper realistic face of that dog that makes that dog so scary.
Right.
The dog doesn't have a mascot's face. It has like AI generated art face. You know, like something.
Yeah, there's definitely something.
Yeah. Too many
Yeah.
angles.
Mhm.
Balenciaga dog.
Global guy and the girth monster.
That's our new. If our podcast was titled that, I guarantee you we would have such better numbers.
My porn search.
Jay Gutierrez 81088 running away with comment of the night, and it's not even close.
Hector Gonzalez wants to know if we have thoughts on Lewis O'Brien, the newest signing coming in on transfer. Vince, what can you tell us about Lewis?
Lewis O'Brien is a midfielder, so it's midfield depth, which everyone's been clamoring for. He has played in the league. He played half a season with DC United, played pretty well on a bad DC United team. He profiles more as a defensive midfielder than an attacking midfielder, although he can supply some goals, especially through his pressing and his defensive work. Just imagine him as a good backup, a really strong backup to Ilie. Really defensively sound, and also very safe on the ball. Doesn't give the ball away much. He's not a very creative passer. So like the anti Atuesta, but he can dribble the ball a little bit. He's pretty good on take-ons. He like I said, he's just when he's on the ball, he's gonna be a good winner of the ball, and then he's gonna want to get it off to someone else, get it somewhere safe. And maybe that's the best thing that you could ask for a depth player, and obviously he has European experience. He played in the championship, been pretty good in the championship. So I think that's a really good pickup for LAFC. Depending on, it sounds like it's just a loan for right now, but regardless, as a depth player, really solid depth player.
Damn, Vince. We are on this show pretty much at all times playing a like, can we successfully put Vince on the spot and stump him game? And we're just like fully over. We've never been successful.
Well, I had the bad week that a couple of weeks ago where I was falling.
Yeah,
over
but those are
myself
like
every time,
rules. That doesn't
Yeah.
count. That was like rules.
And Lewis O'Brien is the guy that they named the NBA trophy after. Is that correct?
Yeah. He actually, when the NBA was still using peach baskets.
Right. That was Lewis O'Brien.
Yeah. He might have coined the term slam dunk.
It's always funny when like you read that thing where it's like the high five was invented in 1994 or whatever the fucking thing was.
I was watching Antiques Roadshow, and a guy brought his grandfather's Olympic gold medal from I believe the 32 games where basketball was first played. Do you know what the final score of the gold medal game in basketball was? Team USA won, which you could probably guess that. But do you know what the final score was? It was 19-8.
No way.
Wow.
They're just passing. They really like bounce passing.
Peach baskets are probably smaller, right?
19-8.
Now, do we bring Tak back on or do we bring Luke's back? Luke, are you watching or do you want to come back on? You want to come back on?
Luke's on.
Hey,
And he's on.
What's
I have
happening, Luke?
signal.
Beautiful kit, Luke.
What?
Luke 5 bar.
Beautiful
Luke
kit.
5R. I thought about being Luke Tunips, but I don't know.
That spot's
If that
taken.
if that Bouanga goal would have counted, then we would have
If
had
that
to. But, you know.
we'd be there. We'd be
Yeah.
there. There was a guy in a Tijuana kit right next to me, and like after halftime, him and his crew, like they didn't come back until like the 60th minute, and they sat down. They're being really friendly, and I was like, "Oh, I thought that I like pissed you off because I was all into the game and cheering us on." And he's like, "Oh yeah, you fucking pissed me off." So he had actually not come back because I had been pissing him off. I was like, okay, well, you're a Tijuana fan. He's like, no, I just bought this today. I don't know any of these players. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, well, my cousin plays for LAFC too. And I was like, well, who's your cousin? He said, David Ochoa. I'm like, oh, well, now it all makes sense.
What a weirdo.
Yeah, wow. Damn, you stuck the landing on that story. That's crazy.
There's so many questions to ask about that. It's specific interaction.
That's crazy.
There was a lot going on. My question for you, Travis, is what was more exciting, the European finals or this?
No question this, because there were no British people here. I had a lot of fun.
They are pretty dull, huh?
Being surrounded by British people singing "Hey Jude" pales in comparison to be. I will say, like, the Spanish fan, we don't have to talk about that much. The Spanish fans like more resembled what the 3252 do, and the British fans were louder. There were a lot more, but they sang like parody songs, which is not as cool as what the Spanish fans were doing. But
yeah,
I would say overall everything about this was better.
What they were doing on the pitch was not as cool as what the Spanish players were doing also.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So
any other happy feed or sad feed, Luke?
I mean, I appreciated all the shots that we were taking there in the first half. Would have liked a couple more of them to go in so we could just like chilled out the entire second half. But you know, I mean, we're onward and upward. I'll be curious to know if Jeff Talk thinks that this means we're an international sensation because we beat a team in Mexico. You know.
Fair. This is one in the win column for Steve Carundolo against Mexican competition.
There
for all
you
the people
go.
that's true.
that are saying that, you know, he's just been figured out by every Liga MX team.
We're gonna build anticipation on the Talk entrance. We've
look,
got that. We've got Long playing well.
I don't think
we've
this
got
was the
reinforcements
strongest.
coming.
I don't think this was the strongest Liga MX competition. But I'll take it.
Although I was scared in some of the part, like I missed the first 10 minutes because I was in line getting a Michelada. How do I say it?
The second way you said it was much better than the first one.
Michelada.
Michelada? Michelada? I was just in Scandinavia. What do you want from me?
Travis, how white are you?
Look at me.
Oh, extremely white.
You're like jamming on Wonder Bread.
I'm getting PTSD flashbacks from when I mispronounced Korea. All right.
Okay.
Look, it's always great when you call. We got to get to talk last. Great to see you, Luke.
Thanks for joining us.
Talk,
I'm seeing he's still on the train.
Oh my God, put him on. I want everyone to see how big of a coward he is. Look at this fucking coward.
How long are you on that train?
This train.
I take the train from where I'm at USC to North Hollywood because I believe in public transit. Unlike two guys sitting at home and one guy sitting in the stadium who's going to drive home. Also,
drive an SUV home, baby.
Michelada? You fucking kidding me? How long are you doing Los Angeles? Michelada. Like that is genuinely upsetting. Like,
all right, Jeff. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll hear back from you when you get back into some good
raving on a train.
Wow.
People don't expect me to know this shit. I don't feel bad anymore.
Oh no, you're fine. I can't wait.
That's true. It's actually more fun. It's more fun to hear how your brain like figures out the pronunciation. Like I like it. I kind of like it. Gives me new ways to think about the world. You know.
I even looked it up, and that's what I got.
I mean, I think it's part of what.
So wait, did you get to the front of the line and just went beer, the spicy one?
No, I
Or
said
how did you ask for it?
I
That's
did.
a good question.
I said it the way I said it.
And they were like, "You're not the first white guy that couldn't pronounce it, so we got
Yeah,
you."
they took their
I
time.
keep it a tally.
Yeah, they just marked it down.
Oh, the
yeah.
ratio's better tonight. We got Mexican fans here.
What else we got? Anything?
What else we got? Oh, there's a lot of people in the chat
Vince has
that have been
COVID.
requesting more Giroud talk
I
and Griezmann
I
talk.
don't, Travis. I took a test this morning and still don't. But
Hmm.
I did also take a shot of NyQuil before we started this, and it is
You're starting
it's
to see the
creeping up.
pillow?
It's creeping up. It's
You're
creeping up
starting
on
to see
me.
the dog in the room with you.
Right? He's not behind me, right?
So people do want us to talk about Griezmann. Is that what you're about to say, Darren?
Yes, we've had a number of requests in the chat throughout this stream for Griezmann talk and Giroud talk.
Okay.
So Giroud, I feel like we've talked about a lot. He's going to come at the beginning of August. He's going to immediately be our best scorer. I'm curious how fit he is, but he was just playing in Euros. I know he's taking a month off. But what I'm curious about is there's a chance we draw Monterrey in the first round if they are second in their group and we're first in ours. And I'm very interested to see if that's Giroud's first game. That would be a very interesting first game for our good friend, who I hope is recruiting a man named Antoine.
For those keeping track of Leagues Cup versus U.S. Open Cup, Monterey is basically Monterey Bay from Open Cup, right? It's the same, essentially the same kind of competition.
We've never played Monterey before, right? I don't remember any games.
Didn't we last year? A little bit. Oh no, that's the game that we won like 60-3. We said
no. I think that we were supposed to play them, but then it was going to be at the Rose Bowl, and we know that there's no football that goes on at the Rose Bowl, so they just canceled the whole thing.
That's right.
Yeah,
got it.
Oh well, no, there was no football that at least LAFC football until this season, and now we're actually big fans of the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
okay.
Great.
I'm gonna one up Travis's Michelada comment here, and I think I'm gonna fulfill my role on the show and say Griezmann is a name that I've heard many times, and I know the significance of him as a player, but I don't actually know anything about who he is. And I know that I'm supposed to, and I know that everyone else does, but maybe there's someone else out there watching the show who's like, who's this Griezmann everyone's excited about? So for them, and if not, then just for me, who is Griezmann?
Griezmann is an incredibly talented attacker, an incredibly creative attacker, can really play almost any position, but is best kind of as more of a support striker or that guy that like kind of plays in between a 9 and a 10. So he plays a lot like a guy that he played with very well in Carlos Vela. He'll remind you a lot of, that guy. Yeah. That guy that's on vacation everywhere. That guy that somehow is everywhere in Europe, but didn't. I was going to say, did you run into him? Because I feel like he's everywhere. Okay,
we went to Berghain together.
Ooh, actually, well, not this version of Carlos, but Carlos from like 15 years ago would have loved to go to that spot with you. Griezmann he can do it all. Can pass, he can shoot, he can dribble. He's still very much at the height of his powers. He not so much this past tournament, but in the World Cup was probably this last World Cup was probably France's best player. And that's saying a lot. I know Mbappe got all those goals in the final, but like Griezmann really is what stitched that team together and helped them generate a lot of those chances and make that team go. So he's an incredible player, an incredible talent. He's playing at Atletico Madrid, where he is a legend, and I believe is their all-time leading scorer. So it's a place that's very near and dear to him, but rumors are now that he would like to go on to greener pastures. So maybe that it'll be here.
I do think that if Griezmann comes, that is the only way we'll see Carlos again. I think if people are rooting for Carlos to
at that point, how is there any room?
Visiting the stadium to see his friend, I don't think Carlos is playing.
I think they would give him a 1-year contract next year. I'm talking about next year. He's not coming in. But I think they take 1 year, come on the bench.
Yeah, I would say just glad hand contract. Just here he is, wave to the fans.
I think we would give him a year as a bench player because he deserves it. And he was good last year. We're acting as if he couldn't play. Like he was our second best player last year.
Well, don't forget, look, LAFC offered him the best deal they could under the circumstances of what they can do under the cap and what they thought that they needed to fill out the rest of their team, and it just wasn't a good enough offer for him. So it's not like it's not like they didn't want him back. And I think in a lot of ways he wanted to be back, but look, Carlos Vela has nothing to prove to anyone. And if you want the money that you think you're due, then that's what you hold out for. And if you don't get it, then you go jet set around the world and have a great fucking time.
Now he needs more money. These vacations don't look cheap. He's got a lot of money though, so he's probably
he's got a lot of money.
So have Giroud and Griezmann and Lloris all played together?
Yes, for the French national team.
At the same time, I mean? Yeah. Okay, great.
Yes, I said that Griezmann was better than Mbappe because honestly, he stitched the team together.
In the World Cup specifically.
Look, Mbappe is an incredible talent, a unique talent, a solo talent. But that French team very much has trouble, as they did in these Euros, like getting the ball from back to front. And Griezmann was the link guy. Without him, there wasn't much going forward. I do think that obviously Mbappe is a singular talent, is going to win many, many Ballon d'Ors, and he's incredible.
Maxwell take the heat, immediately said he was joking once we read his comment on the air. Don't be in the chat section if you can't handle it, baby.
This is the most hostile show.
You don't fucking deal with what's up here, my man. Don't go in the chat section, babe.
So this is me
shitty cancel culture stand-up, sorry.
Is it the right guess to say that, like, is Griezmann better than Giroud now, even if Giroud was maybe in his prime, better than Griezmann at his peak?
Yeah, I mean, right now, he's younger, he's more mobile, he can do a lot more. But they're different profile players, so it's not really fair.
Should we be more excited about Griezmann on LAFC than Giroud on LAFC?
Yes.
Oh yeah, if Griezmann comes, he's immediately the second best player in the league behind Messi.
He's still able to play at a high level internationally. Giroud, it makes sense he made a move to MLS. Like Giroud's still good, but he's definitely at the tail end of something. Griezmann is still within what you would call a prime. Like he's still playing great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No more questioning whether or not I'm a casual.
Yep, you've now been filled in.
No, I mean, there's been talk about me not being enough of a casual, and I
well,
feel like
you kind of blew that by knowing about the scandal with Canada. Like this wasn't a scandal of like Brazil or Argentina. Like you're on board with what happened in Canada.
My wife follows the women's national team extremely closely, so that's why I know that.
Canada are the reigning gold medalists. Not a good look before the women's tournament there in France.
Also, Casey on the Case has been tweeting about it and talking about it on TikTok. She just started a
great follow.
I know today. Follow her. She's been on the show.
David Day points out that Giroud was just the third leading scorer in Serie A, so I guess we shouldn't say he's past his prime. He's just older, but I guess not that much older. I mean, if we got it, would
he's in his late 30s.
Yeah, if we had Giroud.
Wait, are you saying late 30s is old?
Guys, no, I'm gonna be 40 in like a month. So I mean,
we're young, right?
Wait,
at heart.
Everyone in the chat say we're young. Everyone
we're in our prime. Everyone say we're in our prime.
We're doing a podcast for 12 people. We're not in our prime, Darren.
Did anyone catch? Did the mic pick up my dog? My dog just farted so loud.
No.
We demand talk. Talk is gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, we demand talk too, but he.
Actually, Travis, give out his home address. You can go see North Jeff talk. And
that guy just cowered it out after we kicked him off twice.
I don't know why. We give him so many shots to just be a good dude, just be a good guy, and he fails at every level. He just can't hit the lowest of bars, and it's really at this point, it's a him problem. It's not an us problem.
I see him back.
Oh no,
that's our show. Back. It's so good to have everybody.
That was perfect. That was like in WWE when people start talking about.
Oh my God!
Oh no! I hear his entrance music.
It's his music.
The top world order.
He's coming in with a steel chair.
You got on the train?
Jeff Talk's entrance music is just the sound of the train.
You demanded to be back on the show, but you're on the train still?
It's slowly coming to a halt. You guys are gonna see me get off the train and then walk up the very long stairs at North Hollywood Station. I know you guys all take the train a lot. You're real big public
I'm sure
transit
it'll
heads.
be easy for you. You're in such good shape.
I really am though, Travis. Like you say that, but like, you know,
He's
Should
gonna
we
walk up
fight?
those steps. We're
You
gonna
want
see
to
him.
fight, Jeff?
We're gonna see him walk up those steps, and he's gonna enter Travis's frame and just
Oh,
hockey check him across the frame.
Him here, the dog here.
Yeah.
Jeff, any happy feet or sad
Jeff,
feet?
I just want to say for your information, I used to live right near that stop, and I used it all the time.
did you really, Darren? And then
Yes.
where did you move?
Beverly
Burbank.
Hills.
Oh, that's weird. You're in Burbank, huh? That's also
Brentwood,
not Los
baby.
Angeles, as I remember.
I have yes. Yes.
Why
I
did
mean,
you
I live
want to
like
come back on, Jeff? We
I'm
were
in
wrapping
Los
up.
Angeles.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
what-
tired. I'm literally, my eyes are just, I'm sinking.
What tiny
All right,
aspects of
all
our
right.
lifestyles do you wanna pick apart?
Oh no, he's gonna be out of breath walking these steps and trying to talk.
No way, I'm not gonna be out of breath. Look at this. That's 2 stories, 3 stories right there. No problem.
Two at a time. Two at a
So
time.
impressed. Yeah. Anyways, so I'd like to talk about this sort of like false dichotomy that we've built in the sense of like Open Cup versus League.
Nope, not interested. Thanks so much for being here, Jeff.
Wait, hang on a second. To be honest with you, I totally agree.
No,
with this. I'm bringing it
no,
back on.
this could not be any more. Oh, I'm going to sleep. I'm
Oh,
so
Vince,
sick
I
of this.
thought you wanted to talk about the game. You know what I mean? I thought you wanted to like you cared about soccer in America, but I guess you just want to get your hot takes off about Ryan Hollingshead or whatever.
Jeff Tuck coming out against hot takes.
I'm
Oh
my
very
God.
pro hot takes.
I've already got enough of this discourse on my Twitter.
Jeff, I'm so sorry.
No.
Yep,
This is
Travis
pro
killing
Leagues
himself.
Cup.
No,
This is
Travis,
pro
don't do
Leagues
it.
Cup.
Travis, don't do it.
Because we talk about growing the game, right, fellas? Yeah, some great physical comedy there, Travis. Fucking Groundling should call you up. No, we talk about growing the
My
game.
dad
in
died a few
America,
months
right?
ago, Jeff.
You know, my dad's dead too, Travis. You're not the only guy with a dead dad in the fucking
Oh my God.
How long
Oh
ago?
God.
Wait,
Okay.
should
I
Darren
don't-
and I leave?
What are we
Tell me
doing
about
here,
it.
guys?
Tell me about him. What kind of guy was he?
Oh
He's a nice guy,
no.
my old man. Yeah. You want to talk more about our dead dads? My dad died when I
It's
was
a different
29.
podcast.
This is not. This is.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. My son
This is not how
born.
you grow the game. This is
Oh
not
my
how you grow
God.
the game.
Like, I don't have a lot of memories around both of those times because it was so stressful. My
no.
first child being born and my father dying in the same couple months.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was
I
really
can't. I
painful.
feel like I
It was really
can't kick
tough.
him off now, Travis.
What have we done?
He
the
fucking
hell?
complaining again about his dead dad. No one gives a shit. He,
Oh no.
This is terrible.
I
This
have
is
to
the
No,
go.
worst the show has ever been.
I'm the last person in the stadium. I have to get out of here.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Anyways, Leagues Cup is good because it makes people care about soccer when you beat a Mexican team. That's my fucking point there. It took 20 fucking minutes of Travis bitching about his dead fucking dad to get to, but it's a good
He
point.
was a veteran. He was a veteran. You fuck.
Okay, thank you for joining the show, Jeff. For the record, I totally agree with Jeff.
No, I think
just
Jeff is right.
really had to cut that off for. I was going to say so many reasons, but it's one very clear reason. Let's move on to something very different.
Wow, we've stumbled to the finish
think
line on some podcasts, but this one takes the cake.
We were
If we're
really
talking
crawling, and
about-
we're not going to make it to the finish line. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep going. I'm not gonna get to go to sleep. We're gonna just do this.
If you're
all
still
night.
listening to the show,
Vince, we stopped recording hours ago. Why?
Oh, you guys
Vince-
aren't actually here?
Vince, you're asleep. This is a dream.
Jeff, we love you. Sorry about your dead dad.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, just wrap up the show.
Thanks for joining us, Jeff. Stay safe out there.
If you like the show, maybe think about subscribing to the Patreon.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Or like, let us know if you feel like we owe you money, because that's fair too at this point.
My father was born in 1949. He was
Okay.
okay. This has been very fun. I'm sorry that I made everyone go through whatever this last few minutes are. It was funny to me.
Yeah.
Can anybody I'm gonna jump in here and ask for validation for me. If anybody else besides me wanted that primer on Griezmann and I was not alone in that, just like let us know somehow in the comments or something. Because that'd be nice to know that wasn't for I didn't just expose myself for nothing.
Yeah.
I do think I have to go because it's later than I'm normally here. But this was fun. I'll see everybody soon.
We're out too. Everybody
Okay.
like and
Subscribe, all
subscribe and join us on Patreon. We're doing a Leagues Cup bracket challenge. You can go, Travis. We're doing a Leagues Cup bracket challenge for Patreon members. It's probably I think you can still get in. I don't know.
No,
But
it's too
come
late.
join us if you want. We got a ton of people in it. It's really fun.
The
Winner
game's
gets
already
scarf.
started. The game's already started.
I think
Jaron.
there's like a second chance bracket or something.
Yeah, but I don't know how I don't know. Just
Okay,
just come
join
hang
the
out with us.
Patreon for other reasons then.
Yeah.
What else? We got a preview episode coming up after Vancouver. We don't know who we're playing next.
Yeah, we won't know. We'll probably be in the
what's up.
knockouts though.
We're probably good
after this
now.
result. We're probably good.
Yeah. So we'll see you then. And that's about it. Love you.
night.
Bye.